Do you think that we are exporting abortion into Africa and into other countries?
Without a doubt.
I think that Hollywood is very aware of what they're doing, but I don't know that we as consumers or as viewers are often so aware of what is happening, what's being platformed, and the message that's given to the younger audiences.
Yeah, and that's why it is propaganda. That's what a propaganda is. It is promoted through these powerful channels, but people who are doing it know the messaging is very conscious, is very well planned out, well choreographed, very sleek messaging. But the people who are consuming it in most cases do not realize. A lot of the movies that are being made now, a lot of the sitcoms that are being made now, a lot of the series that are being made now are now framing abortion. Many of them are including abortion. In fact, I read somewhere a few months ago that Planned Parenthood had advised in Hollywood for different shows in the last couple of years about 150 times. So even within Planned Parenthood as an organization, PPFA, Planned Parenthood Federation of America, there is a position of like something like entertainment director, someone whose job is to engage with people who are producing entertainment. So if they have such a high position within their organization, that means we all have to sit up and we have to open our eyes and see exactly the kind of propagandization that is going on with regards to abortion.
Yeah. And another point you made that I wanted to hit on was that this is global. It may appear like, oh, this is in America, but I know that when I was in South Africa, and many of the young people were emulating the things that they saw on Hollywood television. And that just goes into this whole thing and the conversation about abortion because, oh, well, if they do it in Hollywood, oh, that's how it is in America. I want to do the things that they do in America. And so it just continues to spiral and the snowball just grows as to the things that that people think in other countries are acceptable.
Yes.
Uju, do you think that we are exporting abortion into Africa and into other countries?
Without a doubt. And it's happening through various channels. So just to finish off this last thought from Monique, so people who are in the other parts of the world, they're watching Hollywood productions, they are watching like music videos and things like that, and they are picking up these things. People associate America or other parts of the developed world, like Europe, as the better life. So the better life, everything is nicer in America. And so if abortion is being put in this, basket of goodies, that means it has to be good. So gradually it's seeping in through into other cultures that otherwise would not have been, kind of promoting abortion or embracing abortion. Abortion is very much in most parts of the African continent. Out of the 55 African countries, 4 countries have what you call abortion on demand. Most of the other African countries have refused. Not only that they don't have legal abortion, but they've refused to legalize abortion. They don't want abortion. They continue to insist on it. Anytime that is pushed towards their parliaments and different houses of legislature, it's always pushed down because there is such overwhelming rejection of it by the populations. So whereas among the young people in these countries, they are now picking up, the language of abortion, the very nice one, the one that says pro-choice, the one that presents it as a woman's right to choose, as Michelle Williams said, the one that sees it as like an acceptable thing, as healthcare, as some people are now packaging it. The one I just saw yesterday and I've been commenting on since yesterday is that abortion is normal as an art exhibition in New York City. So all of these things seep through to the developing world, African nations, Latin American countries, even Southeast Asian countries, places where, they don't want abortion. So, but then there is another powerful channel that abortion is coming, because for a while, we have had this propaganda coming through entertainment, and it's not a huge surprise. But the one that is most surprising is that governments are now in on it. Western governments are now in on it. And this is what has now made it to become a real exportation from the West. It's that we are having the West really exporting this particular, this particular culture, which is so terrible. So in the recent times, EU countries have gotten very much behind funding what they're calling reproductive health in the developing world. And a lot of that has to do with abortion. United States in the past has also funded, unfortunately, organizations that are abortion organizations like International Planned Parenthood. Now that has stopped in the last couple of years. The United Kingdom, where I live, they have been funding a very horrible abortion organization called Marie Stopes International that we see all over the African continent. And so with government funding, very large amounts of funding, they are getting dollars and euros and pounds going into African countries, going into other parts of the developing world, bringing in this culture, lobbying our governments effectively. And so it's being done on the two levels of society. It's being done at the center of power, which is the political power, and it's also being done at the point of culture, which is really trying to get the very young people, but they're not ready to wait for those young people to grow up. So they're trying to get the young African generations, and then they're also just going straight to the heart of our politics, and they're fighting these battles. So just to answer your question, yes, abortion is being imported into African countries and other parts of the developing world.